about me is that I love poetry. Um, I love poetry. I love reading it. I even love writing it. But don't tell anyone I haven't written one in a long time. So I guess I don't know. But spooky. Yeah. But I guess I did this once. When I was live, I was actually reading some poetry. So I just and suddenly just discussing about it. So I want to do that this time. Spooky poetry, spooky poems for adults. Yeah, not the school. We're not wieners. I said that in a trembling voice. I said that in a trembling voice. Wait, which one is this one? This is good. Oh, this is Luigi's version. Oh, see, Luigi Man's got the dog too. Good. You know, this is very interesting. If I ever, I don't know, maybe I should play one of these spooky poem. This is pretty spooky. So hide your kids. It's a kid. I don't want to get angry, Lettuce. See. To the Yo, oh, I know this one. This from Macbeth, isn't it? Yeah, this is Macbeth. Nah, I don't know. Oh god, this is kind of. It's like a kind of spoopy. Also, Ghost Prisoner. A Rhyme for Halloween by Maurice Kilwin Guevara. I don't know. I don't think that's how you pronounce it. So I'm gonna lower it down so just so get the atmosphere down. Oh, that's a spooky play. Oh, whoa, yeah. Oh, I have a poetry. Oh, you do. Even by Edgar Allan Poe. Ah, classic. Ah, yes, classic. I'm gonna read that first. You know what? I'm sorry to deviate again, but I know, like the very first Treehouse of Horror, the last one, this last segment in that episode is literally the Raven, but like Homer is the guy in the poem and Bart is the Raven because it's just how it is. That's honestly one of my absolute favorites just because of the atmosphere. I'm a sucker for that. Yeah, we're gonna read that. Thank you, Ray, for that. Just so we could go really spooky. Okay, I'm gonna really read it. Okay. Get your water out here. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this, and nothing more." Ah, distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December. In each separate dying ember rot its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is, and nothing more. Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. Sir, said I, or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping, tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here, I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, Lenore. This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, Lenore. Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning. Soon again I heard a tapping somewhat louder than before. Surely, said I, surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still in a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind and nothing more. Open here I flung the shutter, with many a flirt and flutter. In there stepped the stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he. But, with mien of lord or lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, perched and sat, with nothing more. Then this ebony bird, beguiling my sad fancy to smiling, by the grave it stood decorum of the countenance it wore. Though thy crest be shorn and shaven thou, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient ravens, wandering from the nightly shore, tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such name as Nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word did he outpour. Nothing farther than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered. Till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends had flown before, on the morrow he would leave me as my hopes had flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is its only stock and store, caught for some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the judges of his hope that melancholy burden bore of nevermore. But the raven still beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird, and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking, nevermore. This I sat encaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining, over on the cushion's velvet lining with that the lamp gloated over, but whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight gloating over. She shall pass, ah, nevermore. Then, methought, the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he has sent thee, respite in the pent from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff this kind nepenthe, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, think of evil, prophet still if bird or devil, whether tempt to tent or whether tempest toss thee here ashore, desolate yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted. Tell me truly, I implore, is there, is there, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, if prophet still, of bird or devil, by that heaven that beds above us, by that God we both adore, tell the soul with sorrow laden if, with the distant Adon, it shall clasp a sainted maiden, whom the angels named Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels named Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word of sign of parting, bird of feed, I shrieked upstarting. Get thee back into the tempest and the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust upon my door. Take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight over him steam streaming that throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore. Goddamn. Whew. I forgot how long. You know what? I could have read this, but I don't think I doubt I would ever read this as well as like James Earl Jones in that one segment. I like, it was phenomenal reading that, but I think I tried my best. Obviously, I think. I mean, if you ever read poetry, you know the Raven. You know how like the Raven is the manifestation of the fears, the fear, the darkness of of the speaker. It's like, well, it's a very like still poem, but it's a lot more trained in thought. There's like how he come how like he doesn't come into terms of that. How like it's like oh yeah, well this is definitely oh it's like he's not like a prophet. He's not coming for him. He's the man of is like a manifestation to fear. It's like oh, it's a random bird. I guess it is a random bird. But is he being haunted by the bird? Is the bird haunting him, or is it just him being haunted? So, yeah, obviously. Yeah, was it? Thank you. It was great. Oh, thank you. I guess if you're talking about how I read it, yeah, pretty. Thank you. I look. For what I remember, it's going insane because his dead wife. Yeah, pretty much. It's like, yeah, kind of. It's like, he's his dead wife. He can't stop thinking about her though. It's like, yeah. It's like, I remember that. Yeah. Anyway, pretty good. I wonder. Are there any I remember reading one of them when I was younger. So. Yeah. Oh, Annabelle. Oh, that stuff. Oh, this. Oh, what's this? Oh, what's this? Okay. No, no. Oh, somebody. I know this one. Annabelle Lee. Oh. And he's being tormented. Yeah. Yeah. Probably. I think. I just kind of remember about that. So. So. Oh, okay. So is this one like spooky? I'm not sure if this is spooky as much as so is tragic. You know what? I kind of like. Yeah. Let's Yeah. Okay. Let's read this one. Annabelle Lee, published in 1849. Would you want to read it too? Hmm. I'm not sure if I want to do that yet. I haven't written any poems in a while. It's because of other stuff I'm doing. So, I mean, it could. I mean, it would. When I mean, if I was thinking maybe I guess one time I would. I mean, maybe you do something some other time. I don't know when, but I guess I've written quite a few poems. I've written some poems, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to share them. You know, I don't feel comfortable. Yeah, okay. I don't know, maybe I don't feel comfortable yet. But then again, I haven't written any while, so it's not like probably. I mean, I could like do a refresher of that stuff. I mean, reading poems do help with, I guess, inspiration. So, so let me read this. Let me read this one. I'm not sure if this is like spooky as much as so it's like tragic, but I don't know. This is kind of its own vibe, no tragedy. So, so Annabelle Lee. It was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden she lived with no other doubt, with no other thought, than to love and be loved by me. She was a child and I was a child in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love. love. Yeah, it was love. I and my Annabel Lee, with a love that the winged selves of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud by night, chilling my Annabel Lee, so that her high-born kinsman came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in the sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. The angels not half so happy in heaven, with envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know, in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of a cloud, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee. But a love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee. From the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee, and the stars never rise but I see the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And so all the night tide I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in a sepulchre there by the sea. in a tomb by the side of the sea. Damn, it's really sad. They took her away. Well, I mean, it's not like they took her away. It's not like they took her away. They just gave. They just put like. They just put like a harsh wind, so that it was so harsh that it killed her. It knocked her off. But it's like, just like, how do we get rid of? It's like, God, they're such lovebirds. They're so irritating. It's like, how do we kill? How do we kill him? Oh, does that work? Maybe. But like the love is so strong. It is sad. It is sad, honestly. It's more tragic. Yeah. This was like I'm thinking when I'm thinking of like tragic poetry. It's like honest, cause like no, oh okay, Nation. This is perfect. Yeah, in the sepulchre, the winged seraph. How did it like? And then he just like will still be like eternal. I guess it's like different because it's yeah. This goes. Hmm. It's well. I guess the comparison can be maybe between this and the Raven is like the people grieving over the loss of a loved one. But there's like a difference. This is like mainly the focus, and it's mainly more tragic in its tone. Well, that's much. Well, the insanity is like a point. I think a point of the Raven where it's much so of a backdrop and is it's much as more it sets a backdrop than that of the Raven. This is more sad than anything. There's some poems by Nathaniel Hawthorne. There's some poems by Nathaniel Hawthorne, but they aren't super Halloweeny. I don't think. They're pretty good though. Let me look. Oh look. Let's see. Oh yeah, I recognize Nathaniel Hawthorne poems. Hmm. I'm not sure what the. Huh. Interesting. I don't see a lot in here. Hmm. Hmm. I don't see a lot. Hmm. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. There aren't a lot of them that I could find, but go to the grave. That sounds. I don't know. Let me see. I guess this is interesting. I could read this one. Uh, so sorry about that. Okay, so see. Okay, I don't. I guess this is spooky enough. I don't know. To be honest, I don't really know a lot about spooky, so. kind of short though. I just know I had to read one of his books for English class once it was online. Ah, I see. Sorry. Um, I might know what you're talking about. Let me see. Uh, I might know what you're talking about. Was it the Scarlet Letter? I think was it the Scarlet Letter? It it probably the most known, I guess. And I feel free to confirm that or someone. And hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna hide for a bit. If there are any good poems, yeah, if there are any good poems, we should read them. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know. Let's see. Let me just hide for a moment. Um, quite liked it myself. It was difficult to read for a bit. I can read this one. Never is going this one call. I'm not looking anything up until after. So that this is the darkened veil. Oh, could I raise the darkened veil which hides my future light from me? Oh, sorry. Oh, could I raise the darkened veil which hides my future life from me? Could unborn ages slowly sail before my view, and could I see my every action painted there, to cast one look I would not dare? There poverty and grief might stand, and dark despair's corroding hand would make me seek the lonely tomb, to slumber in its endless gloom, goomba, in this endless goomba, and this gloom. Then let me never cast a look within fate's fixed mysterious book. That is an interesting one. What? The darkened veil. The veil. That's an interesting one. Not quite sure what this. I mean, I could know what some of this imagery is, but probably. So, hmm. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. The darkened veil of my future life. Ah. So, I guess if ever trying to feel looking into the future of the present, but then realize wishing they could see it. But then he realized that he would regret that. As the corroding hand would seek the lonely tomb in his endless gloom. It would make him very fearful of that. So I guess it's best not to think about that future. It's kind of like, I mean, I try not to think about the future too much, but like, as if we regret that, I guess. But the current is based on the current present, I guess. Plot twist is about Goombas. Yes, you're gonna turn into yes, it is about Goomba. Yeah, it probably is. The future Nathaniel Hawthorne is fearing about becoming a Goomba. You're gonna turn into a Goomba. If you don't read The Talking Bell by Nathaniel Hawthorne, you're gonna turn into a Goomba. You could turn into a Goomba. That's funny. That's, uh, within Fate's mysterious book, it is fixed. It's hard to like change it. It's very scary. It's kind of unnerving. Legends, I think it might be not the Goombas. No, not the Goombas. Cute. Oh no, then I would have to fear being stomped on. Literally, literally and or metaphorically. I don't. Literally and or figuratively. I don't know. Up to your interpretation. Uh. Okay. Let's see this one. I'm not sure. I never seen this one. A rhyme for Halloween. Let's see what's this one. Never heard of this one. Bill. Interesting. Never heard of this item before, but so I guess I never heard of this one. A rhyme for Halloween. Okay. Tonight I light the candles of my eyes in the lee and swing down this branch full of red leaves. Yellow moon, skull and spine of their hair, allow me to town on the neck of their hair. I hear the undertaker make love in the header. He do. The candy maker, the poor candy maker, poor fellow is under the weather. Skunk, moose, raccoon, they go to the doors in three with the torch in their hands. Oh please. Oh please. Oh please. Baruch Spinoza and the butcher are drunk. One is the tail and the other is the trunk of a beast who dances in circles for beer. It doesn't think twice to learn how to steer. A clock is blind, a clock is dumb. Its hands are broken, its fingers numb. No time for the mother of a fair town, who wasn't a witch because she could drown. Now the dogs in the cemetery are starting to bark at the vision of her bobbing up through the door. When she opens her mouth to gasp for air, a moth flies out and lands in her hair. The apples are thumping, winter is coming, the lips of the pumpkin soon will be humming. By the caw of the crow of the first of the year, something will die, something appear. Oh. So this is a very imagery-laden poem. I mean, pretty much, it's very like kind of gives you like a full picture of like how like this writer's what he saw as the Halloween. Like the people in the costumes, they trick or treating, getting candy. Something will die, something appear. The first of the year. Like the first of winter, I think? Probably. And I think in how like the apples are thumping because fall and apples usually grow during that time. The winter is coming. The lips of the pumpkin soon will be humming. Wow. No, like one. What? dye something appear. Well, I guess what is the something? Hmm. I guess when the Halloween ends, I guess? Or when winter comes, that fall will end, something dies. Yes, fall dies. The snow appears, I guess. I think that's what they meant. That's what it reminds you that this is Halloween. Reminds you that this is Halloween for. Hmm. I mean, given how in that movie basically describes the environment of Halloween Town in like a sort of rhyming fashion, I guess I could see your point. I could see where you're coming from. I could see where you're coming from. Um, so, and then something. Oh, not much to say about this, so. Um, I might, not sure, but I'll probably just read one more poem and I'll probably end it, close it off there. Do you have any poems that you want me to read or something? I'm gonna look for another one. Here, let's see. Hmm. I have a bit of a spooky one that I wrote actually. Oh, okay. Um, interesting. Um, but it doesn't have a super deep meaning. It's not as fancy as the one in the 1800s. That's okay. Spookiness comes from anywhere, honestly. Um, I mean, if you're comfortable, I guess sharing it. If you're not comfortable sharing it, that's fine. If you are, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you want to share it, it's pretty cool. Um, if you're okay with me sharing it, because so look, let's be one of our bitches. Let's be one of our Halloween season Instagram caption. Instagram. I might DM it to you over Discord. Is that okay? Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. That's okay. Uh, that's totally fine. Hmm. It's like, what are these sites using the no double toilet trouble? I mean, it is very iconic though. I mean, it is an iconic. Let's see. It's totally fine. Um, I see. Um, let's see. My what else is it's okay. T- s- what's this? I'm not gonna show you. I'm not gonna show it just 'cause it's a bit private, but I'm gonna read it out loud. uh, Reverie. Okay, apparently. The hound dog's snout comes under the cavernous depths. With a stride of purpose, he steps up. His voice brushes against my ear, real and unashamed. With a growl, he strikes fear into my heart, and I'm left breathless. "Well, dance," he says, and I can see it to his maw. He takes his paws, and I'm afraid that his claws will dig into my back. And that's because they do. There's a possibility of music somewhere in my head or otherwise, and when I look up at the skies to avoid the wolf's eyes, all I can realize is that time isn't real. Time is an illusion on this plane, and I grasp at the possibility for things to make sense, and that's because it doesn't, because I'm weightless. Oh, damn, that's a very unfortunate situation. It's like, hey, damn, you come across a wolf and you about to eat, about to kill you. It's like, because I'm weightless. Nah, shit, it's a very unfortunate poem about, you know, encountering a wolf. Pretty good on this. I don't know. It's kind of humorous though. It's kind of humorous and tragic. I like that. Yeah, I like that poem. Thank you. Thank you for sharing it. Uh, and with that, I'm not sure. With that, I'm not sure. We ended up on a real high note because I'm weightless. Yeah, yeah. Being wolves. Yeah, being mauled by a wolf does that to you. I wouldn't know. Maybe. So, um, so I guess. But anyway, um, thank you. Thank you for sharing it. For sure. So, I think about done for now. Done today.